The Battle of Vimeiro, fought on August 21, 1808, was a pivotal confrontation in the early stages of the Peninsular War and marked a significant British triumph over Napoleonic forces in Portugal. It occurred after the British government dispatched an expeditionary corps to the Iberian Peninsula to aid the Portuguese and Spanish resistance against French occupation. The force, commanded by Lieutenant General Sir Arthur Wellesley, landed at Mondego Bay in early August and began advancing south toward Lisbon. After defeating a French force at the Battle of Roliça on August 17, Wellesley took up a defensive position near the village of Vimeiro, north of Lisbon, anchoring his army on a series of ridges and hills that offered excellent visibility and strong natural protection. His army, consisting of about 17,000 British troops and 2,000 Portuguese allies, awaited the advance of French forces commanded by General Jean-Andoche Junot, who had seized control of Portugal under Napoleon's orders in 1807. Junot, eager to prevent the British from consolidating their position and potentially threatening Lisbon, decided to launch an immediate attack despite his limited intelligence on Wellesley's deployment and the growing strength of the British forces, which were being reinforced by sea. On the morning of the battle, Junot's army, numbering approximately 14,000 men, launched a series of aggressive but poorly coordinated frontal assaults, attempting to outflank the British right while striking directly at the center and left of Wellesley's line. However, Wellesley had skillfully arranged his brigades in a flexible and layered formation, with reserves ready to reinforce threatened points and artillery positioned to sweep the battlefield with deadly fire. As the French attacked, they were met by disciplined British volleys and concentrated firepower, which inflicted severe casualties. The rugged terrain, the British Army's steady fire, and their rapid tactical maneuvering ensured that each French attack was repelled. Particularly notable was the performance of the British light infantry and the effectiveness of units like the 95th Rifles and the Highland regiments. Despite some moments of fierce hand-to-hand fighting, Junot's forces were unable to penetrate the British lines and eventually began to retreat in disorder. Wellesley wished to pursue the retreating French and deliver a final blow, but his superiors, Generals Berard and Dalrymple, who had recently arrived and assumed command, ordered a halt to further action. This decision allowed Junot to regroup and eventually led to the signing of the Convention of Sintra, a controversial agreement that permitted the French army to evacuate Portugal with all its weapons, equipment, and plunder aboard British ships. Although the political consequences of the convention sparked outrage in Britain and led to an official inquiry, the tactical success at Vimeiro firmly established Wellesley's reputation as a capable military leader and marked the beginning of a prolonged and ultimately successful British campaign against Napoleon's forces in the Iberian Peninsula. The victory boosted morale among the British and Portuguese allies, weakened French control in the region, and signaled that Napoleon's forces were not invincible in open battle.